As the world's second largest continent, Africa is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Red Sea. The continent beckons with varied landscapes, diverse animal life, history, beautiful beaches, and sights you won't find anywhere else in the world. With 54 countries, different cultures, and languages, Africa wears its diversity on its sleeves. From the ancient towns to cosmopolitan cities, adventures, and geological wonders, you owe yourself the chance to experience what Africa has to offer. Here's our pick of 10 must-visit destinations in Africa in 2024. Number 10. Anse Lazio, Seychelles. One thing about the idyllic archipelago of Seychelles: the beaches don't disappoint. Little wonder it's a popular choice among honeymooners. Anse Lazio is nestled along Chevalier Bay on Presqu'île, the second largest of the three main isles. It has duly earned its reputation as a prime beach for loved-up couples. The combination of large granite boulders, palm trees, white sand, and clear turquoise waters is the recipe for a cozy and picturesque holiday. The beach is ideal for snorkeling, swimming, and sunbathing. If you want a break from the sand, sea, and sun, visit the Vallée de Mai to admire its abundant coco de mer trees, black parrots, and chameleons. Number 9. Jemaa El Fna, Morocco. At the heart of Marrakesh's colorful chaos is Jemaa El Fna, the open-air square of the old city. It's the meeting point of Moroccan cultural heritage, and there's never a dull moment. During the day, you'll find henna artists, snake charmers, monkey trainers, storytellers, and vendors of different items, including orange juice, spices, and local textiles, all contributing to the unique bustle. The activities continue well into the night when food vendors set up their grills and are joined by musicians, poets, and dancers. Sample local treats, enjoy a drink on a rooftop, and buy souvenirs. Haggling is part of the fun, so don't hesitate to negotiate with the traders. Number 8. Tsingy de Bemaraha National Park, Madagascar. Located in western Madagascar, the Tsingy de Bemaraha National Park is best known for its jagged limestone formations within a UNESCO-listed heritage site. The Great Tsingy and Little Tsingy are the park's highlights. A 3-hour circular route leads to the Little Tsingy, while the hike to the Great Tsingy involves climbing suspension bridges. It takes a long drive and a river crossing by ferry to reach the national park, but the one-of-a-kind views make up for the challenging ride. The park is only open during the dry season from May to November. Aside from the stone forest, you'll find mangrove swamps, lakes, and narrow caves. Of course, you can't miss the wildlife: lemurs, long-eared owls, Madagascar fish eagles, bats, and others. Number 7. Franschhoek, South Africa. If you're a connoisseur of enjoyment, you'd be remiss not to explore the food and wine capital of South Africa. Franschhoek is one of South Africa's oldest towns and part of the Cape Winelands. The French Huguenots settled in the Franschhoek Valley in 1688, which explains why some aspects of French culture are evident across the town. Eat and wine taste your way through Boshendal, La Motte, and Mont Rochelle. You can also spend time touring wine farms and visiting art galleries. Number 6. Lake Malawi, Malawi. The third largest African Great Lake, Lake Malawi, has more fish species than any other lake. The biodiversity and local hospitality continue to attract tourists who want to explore above and below the azure waters. Your favorite water-based activities are covered. You can kayak and sail to your heart's content. If you choose to snorkel or dive, look out for cichlid fish. The lake is home to 30% of all known cichlid species worldwide. Back on land, visit the nearby Lawan National Park for birdwatching and a Big 5 safari experience. Lake Malawi isn't a classic African safari destination, so you'll enjoy the added benefit of a crowd-free tour. Number 5. Sossusvlei Dunes, Namibia. If you've been mesmerized by pictures of the largest dunes in the world, wait till you see them in person at the Sossusvlei area of the Namib Naukluft Park. Climb the dunes for spectacular views of the desert. Big Daddy and Dune 45 are crowd pleasers. You can also spot wildlife like oryxes and explore the rock formations at Sesriem Canyon. Close to Sossusvlei is a clay pan known as Deadvlei. It's an otherworldly area filled with long, dead camel thorn trees preserved by the dry climate. The tree skeletons standing against the red dunes and blue sky are a photographer's dream. Be sure to arrive early, dress appropriately, grab your sunblock, hat, camera, and enough water. Number 4. Cape Coast Castle, Ghana. The Cape Coast Castle is one of the best preserved legacies of the transatlantic slave trade along the West African coast. The fortified building started as a Portuguese trading port in 1555 and was called Cabo Corso, which means short cape. Then the Dutch converted it into a castle in 1637. They lost control to the Swedes, who built a fort in 1652 and named it Carlosberg after their king Charles the Monks. The fort changed hands multiple times until it was captured by the British in 1664. It was renamed Cape Coast Castle and was the seat of the colonial administration until 1877. A tour of the castle will take you to the dungeons where enslaved people were held, the palatial governor's bedroom, and the museum. Number 3. Serengeti National Park, Tanzania. Famed for the Great Migration, the Serengeti National Park is home to a healthy wildlife population, including lions, giraffes, elephants, and buffaloes. Rhinos are rarely seen, but you can visit the Morokopshis area to increase your chances of catching a black rhino. Big game isn't the only safe species in the park. It also has over 500 bird species, so twitchers can equally have a good time. You'll find about 200 hippos in the Retina Hippo Pool and the Grumeti River, from which millions of large mammals attempt to cross into Masai Mara. Spice up your visit by exploring Serenera Valley and learning about the culture and traditions of the Maasai people. Number 2. Stone Town, Zanzibar. Get immersed in centuries of history at the heart of Zanzibar's main settlement. Stone Town reflects the intertwined African, Arabian, European, and Indian cultural elements that have long remained authentic. The narrow cobblestone streets invite you to the past. Admire the imposing House of Wonders, named for its marble floors, paneled walls, and first-ever running water and electricity. Stop by the beautiful 19th-century old dispensary and the Princess Salome Museum, curated in memory of a sultan's daughter who wrote the book Memoirs of an Arabian Princess from Zanzibar. After a full day of sightseeing, unwind at the Forodani Gardens. It's a seafront social space where locals and visitors gather to relax, chat, and watch children play as the sun sets. Number 1. Victoria Falls, Zambia and Zimbabwe. The renowned Victoria Falls, straddling the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, is a sight to behold. Its local name is translated as the smoke that thunders, due to the roaring sound and columns of spray seen from kilometers away. The 108-meter-high cascade and surrounding areas are a thrill-seeker's paradise. Swim to the edge of the Devil's Pool, bungee jump from the Victoria Falls Bridge, or go rafting in the Zambezi River. The falls are most spectacular between late February and May, but the big question remains: which side should you experience Victoria Falls? About 2/3 of the falls lie on the Zimbabwean side. However, the lower water levels at the start of the dry season, which opens up the seasonal chance to explore Livingstone Island and Devil's Pool, can only be accessed from the Zambian side. The average tourist may not always consider visiting African countries, but the varied experiences that await on the second largest continent are worth giving a chance. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which African destination is at the top of your travel list.